How y'all doing?
Right.
Hey there. Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, absolutely. So whenever we were writing for How Can It Be, I was brand new. And I felt so green, had no idea what I was doing. Ironically, my very first co-write was with the label that I had signed to. So I'd never written before with other people outside of the four walls of my bedroom or maybe into my steering wheel. And it was all very, very new. And we toured for between 3 and 4 years for that record. And something happens in that process where you experience the weight of a song. You start to understand what it means to have to sing a song every night, the same song every night, what it means to see God move through a song, and what sound means. How does sound lift me up? How does it make me feel closed in? And all of those questions, right? So when we went to write for Look Up Child, I think because I'd had a little bit of experience touring and seeing how the songs were moving and working in rooms every night, I just was like, you know what? I want a little piece of home with me as I do this. And I'm from Louisiana. And my producers were so, come on, represent, let's go, baby. I'm from Baton Rouge and Lafayette. Who that said they gonna beat them Saints? Hey, who that? Who that? Who that said they, okay. I'm with you. Okay, I'll answer only his questions from now on. All right. I'm kidding. So all that to say, I went home. I stayed home for about 6 months straight. Didn't leave, and I just let where I came from kind of seep back into my bones. And I would walk around the pond at my parents' house and just talk to the Lord. And honestly, that's kind of where a lot of it started. And I came back here and started writing with my producers. And I feel like what the Lord opened in my heart back home is what He got to complete here in Nashville with my producers. So that's kind of the backstory. Thank you. People's stories are the most important thing and I feel like a lot of people just throw that out there, but genuinely, I was having a rough day the other day, and I had a bad attitude. I'm just gonna be straight up. And I was like, man, I don't know how to get out of this right now. I'm saying all the right things, I'm praying all the prayers, but it's just not happening. And there was a story of this family who had lost their daughter. One family got the success of their daughter was cancer-free with her last day of chemo. And that was my first meet and greet. And then my second meet and greet was that their daughter had passed with cancer, 9 years old, back to back. And that will change you. That will take you out of the places that your head can go to, your pride, your disappointment, your frustration, all of those things. That when you hear a story like that, when you see someone's pain like that, it can't help but just completely erupt everything in you. And so, honestly, it's really people's stories that just keep it going. Yeah, thank you. It's good to see you. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when I was a little girl, I would always tell my mom, she would give us a $5 allowance every 2 weeks, okay? And I was like, all right, Mom, thank you for this. This is awesome. We'd scrub the toilets. And y'all want to know about work ethic? Just teach your kids to sweep a little bit. It'll be all good. And but all that to say, we would get a little allowance, and they taught us how to manage money. Well, they said, what do you want to do with your money? My sister, she's a Melda. I want to go shopping. I want some new shoes. But for me, I would say put it in the bank. I wanted to travel the world one day. And that started about 6 years old. And I feel like that is the Lord. He wielded that in my heart from a young age. And the first time I got to travel was to Brazil when I was 18. And I remember from about 5 and 6 years old to 18, that was my allowance that allowed me to go on that trip. And so I look now at this world tour, and it feels like what God had implanted in me and what the dreams that He had shown me. I remember being in this class at LSU and learning. It was called Perspectives on the Christian World Movement, and I remember thinking, man, I want to see that. I want to see that happen. I want to see that unfold. I want to see people's lives get changed. I want to see the cultures. Yeah, and now it's happening. It's wild. It's wild. So to say how is it feeling, I'm really genuinely pinching myself, and I'm also just amazed. I'm amazed that God's doing this. Yeah, thank you so much. It's good to see you. Hey, I'm good. Thank you. Oh, okay, wait, explain imposter syndrome. I need to find out about this. I've heard of it, but I don't actually know what it is. Oh. Okay, you know what it is? I don't know if it's necessarily imposter syndrome as much as it is, there's such an emotional high that happens that the day after, they don't tell you. I didn't know when I was beginning in it that a lot of times it's hard to kind of pick yourself back up to just what normal is, because you get so high that normal feels like really low. So with that, I've had to learn and grow. Okay, as we win these awards, how do I not get so high? Take it all and hold it dear. Be grateful for it, but not allow it to shift to tomorrow. And so I think a lot of times with, I like this imposter syndrome. I'm going to go look this up, girl. But I think about doubt. Sometimes with doubt, that's kind of the synonym, I guess, if you would say, for imposter syndrome. But yeah, there's times where you doubt. I think that comparison is a thief, and comparison can enforce doubt. Whenever you're, looking at the person next to you and saying, "Oh well, am I amounting to that? Well, I was nominated for 6 awards, but I only won 3. I only won 3." That all of that can start, right? And so I tend to try to steer clear of comparison as much as I can. Someone once told me that comparison is the thief to creativity as well. Because if you're comparing yourself to the people next to you, you're not coming up with something original and authentic. And so because of that, I think in moments like these, in times like these, you just have to be grateful for exactly what you're handed. You say, "Oh man, this is beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm grateful." And then you move on to the next day. Does that make sense? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, I'm doing great. Oh yeah, I mean, I hope so. If they would have me. I sat next to Kirk, I said, "Hi." And Jonathan, man, he blew my mind. His voice is insane. Insane. When I heard his tone, I was like, oh! And I remember hearing him on this jury and just being like, what in the world? Just his tonal quality is amazing to me. He's so smooth and so rich. So yeah, I'm up for anything.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. I appreciate y'all.